G'day viewers. Good, I got my shed. Basically only just fitted under the roller actually. And yeah, this is belongs to a friend. They're doing a clutch replacement. And basically it's taken me 7.5 hours just to get the gearbox out. Yeah, big job. Freaking monster of a gearbox. Oh, it is to me anyway, you know. I mean, I've done a few gearboxes and clutches and things, but on cars, this is the first doing it on a four-wheel drive. And yeah, anyway, I thought I'd make a video. I'm not going to do a tutorial or anything like that. There is good tutorials on YouTube, and I did watch a couple. Just want to point out a couple of things. Firstly, this is a Mitsubishi Challenger, which is basically the same as the Tritton. It's a 215 model, I think. I think that's what he said. And yeah, so if you're looking up, I couldn't find anything at all on a Challenger. But yeah, there's plenty of information on Trittons. So yeah, first thing I want to point out, your gear shift removal. Got to take console out. Comes out in two pieces. Pretty simple. 2 bolts under the box. The glove compartment part in the consoles. A couple of wires you got to unplug. Front one, there's a screw on either side, and yeah, I think there's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple down here into the floor. So yeah, 2 bolts. Take that cover off. A couple more bolts. A few more bolts. And yeah, of course you got to unscrew your gear shifts off the top. And yeah, comes off. That's all fairly simple. Getting the gear shifts out. Yeah, 4 drive stick. That's pretty simple. Yeah, 3 bolts. Just pulls up. It's spring loaded. This one a little bit tricky, and I wouldn't have figured it out without watching a video. But yeah, there is an inner ring part on, and you just push it down with your fingers, turn it, pops out. It's really simple. And yeah, as I said, it wouldn't have been real simple if somebody didn't point out how to do that. So yeah. The other thing, there's a lot of wires to unplug. You got several wires, but they run right up over the top, and you got to disconnect it, I think, from here. These are the difficult ones, so you got to grab them with the pliers. They're push-in plugs. You got to grab the backs of them with the pliers, push them back out. They're difficult, they're hard to get to, especially this one. This one was quite difficult. The 2 on the top are equally as difficult, and you can't get to them from underneath. You get them from in the cab through the opening in the cab. So I basically had to have pointer pliers pushing the tongs in, and then another screwdriver to push the flat screwdriver to actually push the plug out once I'd squashed them in. And yeah, that's all whilst having a light up here getting in your way. So yeah, that was sort of fairly difficult, but anyway, we got to that. Okay, this is a motorbike stand I got on this on. I wouldn't suggest trying to do this on a trolley jack. You gotta have it balanced pretty well. Like this is a majorly heavy gearbox. If this falls on you, you're going to get injured. It'll be called the ambulance if you've got somebody around. I'm serious. Yeah, you can't lift it. It is just, yeah. I think 2 people will be struggling to lift this. So yeah, that's why I use this bike jack under it, just so I can balance it fairly well. I then still couldn't get it back far enough to get on the clutch, because you got a welded cross member there. Yeah, and that really does get in the way. If that was unboltable, that'd make all the difference. You'd be able to just slide it back out of your way, but you can't. So yeah, and as you can see, I've had to jack it up. The jack's not real stable either. I'm gonna let that down again. I've got a brick under the wheel at the moment. Of course, it'll come down. I'll have to jack it back up to get the gearbox back in. But you know, it's yeah. So, yeah, if you're going to jack it up enough to move the thing back, the gearbox back, you might as well just pull it out, get it right out of the way. So that's what I've done. The other thing I wanted to show you, this took me ages and ages before I figured out how to do it. Trying to get spanners on here. These 3 bolts at the top are really a major problem. There's all sorts of things in the way. I got cuts on my hands and whatever. You can get spanners on them, but you can't get leverage to undo them. And you can't expend your spanner with another spanner, or wrench, as they call it in America, because there just isn't any room. And yeah, so what I had to do, and these bolts are majorly tight. I got with this brake bar for years, and I broke it. Had to weld it back together, break the pin in the centre. That's how tight these bolts are. But I eventually got it with a, I don't know what do you call that, wobble fitting. But yeah, so that'll sit there. That's basically what I had to do to get it out, and I still sort of didn't quite have a length. If I'd had 3 long extensions, it would have been easier, but that's how I managed to get those 3 bolts out from the top. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. As I just want to point out a couple of things that I've learnt in the process, and yeah, if I find out anything else interesting, I might make another video. Alright, keep it short. Thanks for watching. Bye.